I get back into some POTS content because some of this stuff that's been happening has kind of been interesting in a good way, in a really positive way. I learned something almost 10 years ago now, but there's the unconscious uncompetent, conscious uncompetent, and the unconscious competent. And so it's basically like, you don't know what you don't know, you do know what you don't know, and then you don't know what you do know. I have entered the unconscious competent portion of my illness, meaning that there are things and skill sets I have developed over time that I don't realize and recognize them to be skill sets because they have just become a truth that I've lived for the last 6.5 years. I have this limitation when I'm talking to people who need information or are craving information that I'm like, I don't know, I just do the darn thing. I forget how long it took to get to this point. And there are even certain things that I would go to talk about that I'm like, oh, this seems super condescending and rude, but it's not, because this is new information to people. I am constantly doing investigative work on my own body and listening to my body to figure out what's going on and how to make it so I can feel better. That's a skill set. I'm at a point in my journey where it's really hard to discern what is me and what is a skill set I have acquired from being this sick and the way that we've managed my illness. So there are times where there's content that I don't even think, oh, people would find this helpful, because I have lived it as a truth for 6.5 years. Then I'll see a question, I'm like, oh, that's such a great question. Now I'm back at energy, so now I can interact and do videos on questions and comments and stuff like that. We're back. We were back at the beginning of May, and then I was back for 4 days, and then I got really sick because my husband brought a plague home. And I'm just now getting my energy back and everything's fine and chill. If you have another round of questions, let's get into things. And if I can answer them, I can answer them. And if I can't, maybe someone in the comments will, because that's the point of community, is if someone doesn't know, someone does, and that's great.